All right, guys, welcome back. We've got the Volkswagen EOS up on the lift. It's throwing all kinds of tranny codes. So we're going to do a transmission service on this DSG transmission. So grab yourself a cold one. Hang out. First thing we're going to do is drop the skid plate down. There is bolts all the way around the outside edge. Mine's missing a few, so don't worry about that. All right, guys, you're going to start by hitting the drain plug here. That is a 14 millimeter Allen. Once your first drain plug is out and done draining, reach up inside there with an 8 millimeter Allen wrench and unscrew the plastic tube that does your oil level inside the transmission, and let that all drain out. Now guys, this shouldn't be tight at all, so don't worry about that. And this is where the majority of your oil is going to come out of now. Once you get it all the way drained out again, where it's down to just a drip, now you can go ahead and reinstall that black tube. I like to go just snug on that thing. Then grab your new washer for your drain plug and put your metal drain plug back in. And again, I'm not going to tighten this very tight because you have to pull it as soon as you get the transmission up to full operating temperature. Now guys, you don't have to pull everything off the top of the motor. You could just remove the intake pipe and reach down in there with a wobble, but it's easier to get everything out of the way. So you're going to see me fight here with the air box. The rubber grommets were pretty snug on this thing. And then I pull the battery box and battery out next. Now that that's out of the way, you can take the two 10 millimeter bolts and the one T25 Torx out of the bottom of the battery tray. Get that out of your way, and now you have an unobstructed view of the transmission oil filter. You can take your 24 millimeter and go ahead and pop that thing right out of there. Now I'm reasonably sure this transmission's never been serviced in the 130,000 miles it's been driven. So look at how dirty this oil is. I did take a rag and soak up all this oil out of the bottom of there before I continued. And hey look, a previous mechanic left me a hose clamp. Keep in mind, guys, there's three ways you can fill this transmission. You can pump it up through the bottom if you buy the special adapter, or you can gravity feed it from the top through that same special adapter that goes in your drain plug, or you can just put a funnel in through the top of your filter housing and pour it in from the top, which is what I chose to do because I didn't want to pay for that adapter tool if I wasn't going to use it very often. The downside to doing it this way, as you'll see in the video, is it takes about 30 seconds to drain out a funnel's worth of oil down into the transmission. So plan on being here for about 5 minutes while you keep dumping a funnel full at a time down there, which I had plenty of time on my hands, so it didn't bother me. All right, guys, here goes the last of it. We got the new filter, OEM spec. Click down in place. I'm going to dip my O-ring down in a little excess oil. Put your new O-ring on. Snug that back down. Just like your regular oil filter, it does not need to be crazy tight. There's an O-ring seal and plastic threads. Now you're just going to put everything back the same way you pulled it out. don't mind me, I'll just tighten the positive battery cable on the outside of this battery box and then have to take it off and redo it because it's supposed to go in between the battery and the battery box. According to Volkswagen, your transmission fluid temperature is supposed to be between 90 and 120 degrees while doing this. I have it right about 105 right now. At this point, we have 5.2 quarts in the transmission, and we're going to go ahead and set the level. So to do this, you're going to pull the metal drain plug out, and the level is actually set by that plastic tube you screwed in there. So as long as that's up and snug, whatever comes out while this thing's idling in park is where it needs to be full. So I'm going to drain until it goes down to just kind of a drip, and then put the plug back in real quick. You'll see here when I hold this jug up, we drained out just under a half a quart, and the transmission is now full. Go ahead and like and subscribe for more.